All right, well, we're getting ready for this matchup, which Mr. X has told me it's the matchup he's been most excited for.
That's a blame.
And furthermore, reinforced going with Renegades. This is the situation where we say, that's a bold move, Cotton.
It's usually like they've been picking Immortals like to just make this comeback for a few weeks, and I think they're all just, well,
just burnt out.
Yeah, I mean, I just burnt out, but I think Sideshow and Gill, they remained cohesive in their brains. They knew what was going on, that this should be a match that Immortals should win. But look, if Johnny wants to just kind of win their little prediction game, whatever they got going on there over at the desk, look, I mean, take Renegades. Maybe they're able to pull something out here. Mangachu is a Junkrat specialist before Junkrat became really kind of a predominant figure here. So maybe he's going to just get even better on the Junkrat.
That's the dream.
Here at the beginning, at least for Immortals, well, we have a pause. So nothing really going to happen here at the beginning.
That about sums up a lot of this here.
Yeah, so don't really know what's going on with these players. We'll have to get word on what is happening. I know we were waiting for Immortals at the beginning of the game, but it seemed like they were ready. Clearly, they're not. They just lost Verbo. So we'll get him back in the lobby, and we'll get this one underway.
Yeah, I mean, we joke about it, but both of these teams now at this point, winless, out of the playoff contention, which is shocking. Again, we were hammering it down. Immortals, Season 0 champions. They were looking so good. Season 0 champions. And then they just loss after loss after loss. And it's heartbreaking to see with a team where you know that the talent's there.
And how many map wins do they have? They have 4 or 5? I know it's either 4 or 5, and 2 of them came in the Rogue series because that goes the distance. So they have not been that good. On the other side, Renegades, they have 1 map win. That came in week 2 against Rogue. So
Rogue.
Well, that's when Rogue was. I mean, like they had Colsey playing that week. Now they look fantastic, right? The series, you think maybe if they were playing the last 2 weeks, they would have 4-0'd both of these teams. But looks like we get Verbo back in the lobby. We can go right back into game. And
I think you run with this if you're Renegades.
What? Oh, they're comp now. Yeah, no, don't think you bring that one in. I think switching from the Symmetra to the Torbjorn is actually the right way to go
I actually want to go to Hanamura again. I want to commentate another game on Hanamura so bad.
If it did work, it would.
If it works, it will be sick. It almost worked last time.
All right.
3 times.
So
maybe.
Renegades is going to go with a triple tank comp and Mangachu on the Junkrat. The solo DPS. Immortals, they'll have Grim stay on the McCree here. They'll also have agilities on the Junkrat. They're only going to have Envy and Fate here on the tank.
Let's see who's going to go and get this first pick here as members of Renegades. Currently taking a little bit of damage now, but they are going to get healed up. Still, so far so good for Renegades. They have a bit more presence onto the point, forcing Immortals back here. Let's see, though, if Immortals can get that first kill, and it will be Grim Reality who falls on that one. That will give Renegades that opportunity to just establish control.
You know what, Alex?
Capture it.
Renegades, you're having some tank problems. What's a way to, help your tanks? Just add another tank. They just decide to just play 3
But what if you have
now.
even more tank problems?
So, well, I mean,
do you add another tank?
You have a better chance of somebody working out. It'll be a Riptire coming in here from Mangachu. It'll be some kills coming in here for Renegades, as now they are pushing Immortals back. Immortals, you will have your Nano Boost. You'll have your Riptire as well. As, this game already is living up to it for me. I feel like this game is just going to be crazy.
Well, you know what? Both of these teams, they have nothing to lose here at this point and everything to gain.
You're right. And nobody wants to go through like a league or something like that winless, right? So I think for both of these teams, I actually think it's probably a bigger match for Immortals if you're just thinking about it. Like, it would be a little bit more embarrassing, right, for them. So I know they did very well. Season 0, they get a pick here at the beginning. They're going to take out Primo Dolce as well. They use their Nano Boost here onto Envy, trying to move him onto the point.
All right, and Agility's doing a lot of work there with the Junkrat Mines, right? He was able to pick off 2 kills and then demech the Diva as well. There goes the sound barrier here on both sides, as a matter of fact, as Immortals re-engaging, and they get a sizable amount of kills here. They just need to make this flip happen, but Renegades are going to continue to stall this one out as Agility chases the back line here. Primo Dolce is going to be in a lot of trouble. He falls on that, and this is going to be a flip for Immortals.
They did let Renegades build up a decent percentage here, all the way up to 75, and they used their nano, they used their sound barrier. Grim Reality used a Deadeye, and then Envy ends up using a grab and only connects with Sherlocky, I think. Sherlocky and Germ, maybe. So he gets both the support and the back, but at that time, I mean, there's only Zachary and the 2 supports left on the point, so probably didn't need that grab there.
Grim Reality kind of getting a little too big for his britches there, as there were a couple members swarming him, so he had to back away. And looking for this first pick. Junkrat Tire is going to come out. Diva Bomb as well to clear people away. And they are able to get 2 kills with that, so Renegades are going to open... they get 1 kill and the Tire.
They get the Tire.
Yes.
So the Tire is actually coming in towards their team and actually gets blown up there. So Envy will get the effects of a nano boost again. He gets knocked down there by the Earth Shatter from Primo Dolce.
Dear.
The only bad part is that Fate used an Earth Shatter of his own.
Never
Punishes
mind.
everybody. It is just Jesus standing here.
Not gonna lie.
Jesus will have to jump off the side.
Still getting used to seeing Junkrat Tires on the kill feed. I'll be very honest with everyone here. This is you know, this is what seasonal play is all about. As we take a look at Grim Reality, hasn't really had the greatest of seasons here. And another Junkrat Tire coming out from Mangachu now. Let's see what he can get out of it.
Yeah, he's gonna take that one high off the wall. He's gonna go towards the backside of Immortals. The Tire blows up, and it's gonna connect with 3. So it's a big kill there from Mangachu. He connects with Agilities, Grim, and Kariv. Ideally, you do not want to stand next to each other when the Rip Tire is coming towards you, as Mangachu makes them pay for it. Coming into the next fight, you'll have your Graviton Surge, you'll have your Deadeye for Immortals. So we'll see if Envy can land one of those big grabs, as Jur building up closer towards that sound barrier. Try and have Renegades live through it. Zachary also getting closer towards his grab as well.
And now we are getting close to this one here. It's about to be 99% as we check out the Rip Tire replay there, but overtime will be in effect, and it seems like no one's able to get in off screen. There was the triple that came out from Mangachu, the Graviton Surge, I believe, from I saw something.
And he used the grab.
Yeah, he
and
used
they
the grab.
kept Renegades on the point, and they never went to the point.
You know, Matt, some things happen. It was a little...
Some things never get old, Alex.
You know, it was a little small on the screen, so, you know, I was trying to see what was going on there, but...
That could be difficult for you with your glasses.
Yeah, I'm blind.
They're making it very difficult on you, Alex.
I'm not ZP blind, but I'm blind. You know, so...
So you see both teams bringing out Far Mercy here. With age, you're slowly getting towards blindness, but both teams go with the Far Mercy here. We'll see who gets the better of each other, whether it'll be Mangachu or Agilities, as it is Renegades taking the first point. We'll see if they can take map number 1, which it'd be big for them as in terms of momentum and confidence going forward.
And giving them one, like they'll double up on their map wins.
They would.
So big opportunity here for Renegades now. Point of locks in a couple of seconds. Still no one getting those first couple picks. As Mangachu, a very good Pharah, by the way.
Yes.
I mean, you know, you do got to commend Mangachu on that. We saw it at the Overwatch World Cup, the impact that this particular hero had in those games. He does do some damage, though, but they are going to lose out Primo as well as their Diva. So they won't have the defense to keep them going here with those tanks. And Mangachu just looking to challenge onto the Pharah here into the skies, but they are going to be able to make this cap happen, Immortals, and they will have control.
Yeah, it's just a Pharah bottle that never ends in the sky, as Mangachu still firing down some rockets here. Immortals gets control of the point. You have both Mercies getting close to Rish. Sherlocky will get his. Kariv getting closer towards his as well. You'll have both Tracers here with Pulse Bomb. The Zachary does fall at the hands of Agility, so now you don't have that defense matrix. You expect Agilities to be able to do even more damage on the Pharah. So Grim Reality takes out Jur. Everyone's starting to fall here for Renegades.
Yeah, Renegades needing to reset now. Immortals with great presence, just establishing control. And let's see here how Renegades are going to go on the approach, as Jesus is looking to make his way around the flank, maybe catch one of the supports off guard with the Pulse Bomb, as we've seen happen a couple times here, but rotates back over to their teammates here. So it's probably got a call that they're just going to want to focus a bit more onto the right side here. Let's see what they get out of this. You know, first pick's always going to be very important here.
Yeah, maybe he can get a NVD mech here with the Pulse Bomb, then be able to let Mangachu use that Rocket Barrage and connects with that Pulse Bomb. Gets him rather weak as
They're going to lose out early, though. They lose out both tanks
maybe
early
res
on.
here.
Sherlocky coming in. Okay, keeping him back in the action, though. Remember, though, Kareev is also going to have a res for Immortals. The beat has been dropped for Renegades. They're looking to just turn this one in their favor. They do take out Kareev, so no res there. Mangachu's going to put the rocket to the face for Agilities now as they just close the door on that one. But now they got to make this cap happen here, and they haven't quite made it happen just yet, though. It seems like, yes, that is going to be the case. They do manage to make the cap, flip it, I should say, at 85%. Immortals gained so much out of that one.
And they have a lot to work with.
Exactly.
Rocket Barrage, self-destruct, both support ults, so you'll get a res in this fight. Immortals with a ton to work with to take the point back. Already at 85%. Renegades, though, they'll have their own pulse bomb. They're going to have a Rocket Barrage. Primo Dolce will have the Primal Rage, getting closer towards the res here as well, as you see Mangachu just putting down some damage. It's going to be Verbo using the sound barrier here to engage for Immortals.
And here's Jesus on the flank with the pulse bomb. Does a lot of damage to Envy. So now that's going to allow his teammate to be able to have free reign with the barrage. And he is going to use it to take out Prima Dolce. Sherlocky bringing his teammates back into the action as well here as the fight continues on. Mangachu dealing a lot of damage, getting the kill onto Agilities. And they're so close to making the flip happen, but they do have presence in the sky. And that's going to be some more kills coming in the side of Renegades here as they're looking to continue to stabilize this one, force Immortals back.
Yeah, Renegades will hold on to the point. A lot of ults used from both sides. The Rocket Barrage there from Mangachu towards the end. Envy and Fate will both jump off the side of the map. You saw the res come out early for Immortals. Then Renegades, answered back with their own res after Agility used the Rocket Barrage. And now, Renegades starting to build up some more percentage for Immortals. The only thing you're really going to have is you're going to have your Primal Rage. Kareev, depending on what Agilities can do in terms of damage boost and whatnot, will build up towards that res. You already see is at 90%. So, Primo Dolce going in. It's going to be Jesus using his Pulse Bomb, getting Envy a little low. It's going to be Mangachu taking out Fate at the beginning. It'll be interesting to see when Kareev decides to pop this res.
Well, they are also going to lose the... Oh, I was going to say they're so close to losing the Diva mech there from Envy. And there you go. I mean, just getting dangerously close. And that's just going to have to prompt them to put some heals onto Envy. Finally, they're able to take care of that one as Sherlocky brings back Primo Dolce for the tempo. And now we're going to be in overtime here. Just clearing them out, and Renegades getting close to being able to win this 1x.
Yeah, and Renegade's going to have a Rocket Barrage here towards the end. They may not even need it. You see Mangachu there finally using the Rocket Barrage.
And they did it!
Takes out Kareev. They'll be Renegades taking map number 1. So you see, in just terms of the new update and the patch and whatnot, Mangachu, makes the Junkrat very effective on the first point, and then there with the Pharah, does a lot of work, leads Renegades to a map win.
Renegades, they're great with these kinds of choices, right? With these picks, when you talk about the Pharah.
It's a sick Earth Shatter.
Yeah, that was a great Earth Shatter. I'm sure that's one that Reinforced would be very happy with. I saw him on Twitter. He was a little frustrated with the Earth Shatters that were coming out today. But still, though, Renegades, they get a map win here, and Immortals. Well, I mean,
it's a tough place to be right now.
Fall from grace.
And I wonder, last week they had Hyped in the lineup. Now you bring Envy back in. As a tank, they tried Envy towards the end of their series last week on a Doomfist on Dorado in place of Agilities. I wonder if you see them start to swap some players out in this series, try some different things.
They did it last week. Yeah. They brought Envy in to play the Doomfist,
yep.
I believe.
Just in that final map.
Caused quite the ruckus amongst the community, I remember seeing. A lot of people were questioning the decisions there. But in any case, so guys, we're going to be going over to map 2 in just a little bit. For now, though, we're going to take it to a quick break. When we come back, let's see if Immortals can respond going into the half. All right, everyone, and welcome back as we get ready for map number 2 here in a match that Mr. X has called an instant classic. We have Immortals versus Renegades.
What?
We're
going into Bonnie for map number 2.
Yes, we are. We're going to Bonnie.
Try and regain a little bit. It's all right. I know Alex is just really flustered by this whole moment, but
no.
Renegades, they take map number 1. Bonnie will be Immortals pick going into map number 2. I think we may just be waiting for some of the players to get ready because we have not, I know, started the game up yet. But you saw Mangachu be very effective on the Pharah and the Junkrat. You saw Immortals try, their hand at the Junkrat. I believe Agilities was running that for them. We're not able to make it work. Immortals on the first point on Oasis never actually make it to the point. At
if
the
there
end,
was a map that Renegades were going to win, in my opinion, and jokes aside, I do believe it was Oasis because because of the Junkrat play, you could expect Mangachu to bust it out, and he was very successful with it. And then also Pharah, right? I just do believe that Mangachu, when he takes to the skies, he's unmatched. He has been very, very good on that. It's just unfortunately for them, they haven't been able to gain that momentum into other victories there. So it just makes sense that Oasis was the map that they were able to take, especially given that map's layout and everything.
It'll be good to see if Immortals can strike back here on Bonnie, their map pick. We'll see if they're able to do so.
And they are good at this map too.
Yeah, they will be on offense here first. So Renegades getting set up on defense, and oh man, they're moving out of the spawn with this. All right,
don't tell me.
Right now, at least.
Okay,
Okay, here we go. Jesus will jump off the side. Mangachu will jump.
I know
off
Puckett was so excited to see the Orisa. Puckett had said earlier he was like, Orisa's my favorite hero, and I just want to see her played more. Who
knows? Maybe we will.
Hello.
She gets a little bit of an update as well.
It's true.
Follow me.
You notice Puckett's been sliding Orisa into the conversations on the desk a lot too. You've seen it.
I noticed that. Johnny's been practicing for the day.
Yeah.
So looks like Renegades here. They'll make some decisions now with their comp. They'll have Sherlocky on the Ana, on the Lucio. Jesus will pick up Tracer duties. And they'll run a triple tank. Triple tank with no Zarya. It's usually what we've seen teams do to combat the effects of the Junkrat. They'll run Roadhog instead. So they'll run D.Va, Roadhog, Winston here. There's Immortals, they'll go Genji, Tracer, Winston, D.Va, Zenyatta. Nothing too surprising here from Immortals. Yeah,
just a comfort pick for them. And now that they're seeing Mangachu on the Hog, they're probably wondering, well, let's just go ahead and take that out as quickly as he can. But here's the problem with Hog. You get his health down low, he takes a breather, and now that he can move, it just makes him that much more of a pain to deal with. That being said, they are able to take out the D.Va there. So the D.Va mech will have to go bye-bye on that one, and they lose out on the tanks as well. But Grim Reality, though, he's going to even the odds here with a kill on the tanks for the side of the Renegades.
But they got to get rid of Mangachu.
Yeah,
I mean,
they can't.
He has just such a large HP pool on the point that, and even if he's not able to connect with some of these hooks and put down a ton of damage, he's just able to stay alive. They're never able to really deal with him quite well. I see him there. Gonna take a breath, back up, get his health back as he's getting close to whole Hog. You're gonna have an Nano boost here. You're gonna have your Zachary get back right in his mech. Jesus will have a pulse bomb. So we'll see what Immortals decides to do. You do have your Dragon Blade here, and they're gonna pop it.
Agility is looking for the kill, and he's able to get the support so early on there. Whole Hog from Mangachu shuts down Agilities, and now Renegades is looking to tip the odds in their favor here. Grim Reality, though, a formidable Tracer, manages to take down 2 tanks of his own. And they're still in this fight as they're forcing them back. They have bodies onto the point now, and this is looking pretty solid for Immortals.
As Renegades trying to get back here on defense, their members are falling. Immortals will get their tanks right back into this fight. Envy off the spawn, Fate as well. They will unlock the payload. So Immortals unlocks the payload, they get their Transcendence in their Sound Barrier. And Grim Reality was able to farm that Pulse Bomb so quick. Got 2 really just almost instantly because you had all those large HP targets, especially that Roadhog. And now Mangachu will switch off of the Roadhog. He'll go over to Genji here, and Sherlocky will switch off of the Ana. He'll go over to Zenyatta.
Well, see what Mangachu could do on the Genji as Fate dives into the back there. They are able to take out Sherlocky, losing out on the supports here. And again, the supports falling. Saw this happen before, right? Except it was, beforehand it was Agilities with the Dragon Blade who just slice and dice through the supports here. Meanwhile, you have Grim Reality. He's actually having quite the showing here on Tracer. Yeah, he is going off. He's had enough of the shenanigans. And you're starting to see Immortals really just plow through Renegades, stopping them time and time again.
Renegades, they're going to have a self-destruct and Pulse Bomb here coming into the next fight, and just a sound barrier in terms of support ults. It's going to be a very difficult one for them to win because you have a self-destruct for, Envy on the side of Immortals, and then you also have both support ult and Agilities just gets a Dragon Blade. So Renegade's not in a great spot coming into this next fight.
You're already looking for Grim Reality to make a play here. He's kind of feeling himself at this point, and that's what you want out of your Tracer. Transcendence is out for Kareev to keep them going to the fight. They are going to have that sound barrier to use as well, Immortals. But I don't even know if they're going to need it here with the kills that they're able to get. So close to being able to capture this one. 1.24 meters. The kills are flowing through. That's going to be the second point for Immortals.
Yeah, nobody even tries to shoot at Grim Reality here when we're on board with it.
Completely yeah.
It was a big kill actually by Sherlocky because they used the Dragon Blade, and Sherlocky actually takes out Agilities before he can do anything with it. The only problem is that Immortal still has a lot of other ultimates to use. They hold on, actually, a bunch of them there. You only had to use the Transcendence and the Dragon Blade to win that fight, so you're going to still have the Self-Destruct, Primal Rage, and Sound Barrier. And Renegades, they have no support ults. All they got is Mangachu's Dragon Blade.
Yeah, not a lot to work with here. Fate, though, does go down early, but they are able to even things off here, as Zachary, with that Diva Bomb into the back line, is going to kill Kareev, and now you're going to see Renegades just try and stabilize themselves here as they force back Immortals, and they'll just reset, look to re-engage, as they do have that sound barrier still to work with.
Yeah, it's a positive for Renegades as they end up winning that fight. They don't have to use their Dragon Blade, they don't have to use their Pulse Bomb, just to self-destruct. So now you give their support some time. They've built up a Transcendence. You're going to have Primo Dolce build up a Primal Rage. See what Immortals does once they get onto the point. They do have that sound barrier to engage. And then you think Kareev will get closer towards that Transcendence to get both support ults.
Really want to see what Mangachu could do with his Dragon Blade as well. And also Grim Reality, if he has an opportunity to just tackle the supports, he definitely will, as he goes right in there, puts down some damage. There you have the sound barrier coming out from Verbo. Goodbye to the Diva, but you just tear right through that one. And now it's going to be Immortals in the driver's seat here as they take that payload right around the bend, the final bend now, clear them out, and now you're going to have Renegades who have to respond quickly.
Immortals did have to use both support ultimates though, so now you're just relying on Agilities with the Dragon Blade to go crazy. Sherlocky does still have this Transcendence for Renegades, and here's going to be the Dragon Blade that comes out from Mangachu, the Transcendence from Sherlocky as well.
Mangachu with the Dragon Blade is able to get the kill onto Kareev, though, but Immortals, they stabilize, they get kills, and you said you needed him to go huge with the blade, and he does so, and while doing that, they manage to bring the payload to the final point, getting 3 on the board. They just cleared him right out.
Yeah, they just back up when Mangachu uses his Dragon Blade. They don't have any support ultimates to just kind of stay by the payload and get through it. And then Agilities uses his Dragon Blade, darts in, goes to the left, like, everybody from Renegade just kind of spreads out, and just Verbo just walks the payload on in.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But now,
seems to be a lot of the time that's the way the cookie is crumbling, Alex.
Cookie has crumbled quite a bit.
Who is crumbling these cookies quite consistently?
It's well, certainly these two teams throughout the course of Contenders. You know, and I think like I feel bad because for Immortals, I know that the talent is there.
Yes.
It really pains me as a fan of this team, you know, watching Contenders Season 0 finals and just how well this squad was working together. It does pain me to see them at this point. I've always been a big fan of Grim Reality as well. I think dating back all the way to E-League, and the guy has so much talent.
Yeah, they just never really found themselves in terms of playstyle again, right? I was just never really saw them get really good, consistent games against other teams. You saw some really odd no plays and probably some communication issues. So it'll be Immortals on defense here. Now, they do complete the map. They do complete the map in a pretty good time, as you see some of the kill stats here from Agilities, one of the better Genjis in North America. So now we'll see Renegades on offense, what they decide to bring to the table. We've seen, at least through the first 2 maps thus far, we've seen Mangachu play, a lot of different heroes. Have not seen him play the Diva yet. This time he'll take up Diva responsibilities because you want Zachary on the 76.
Well, now it's going to be Renegades' time to attack here. And even for Renegade, oh dear, what? Did you see? Wait,
He just walked out of the spawn and just toppled over.
It was literally on this. Oh.
Jesus didn't stand a chance.
No.
Poor
no,
Jesus.
he didn't. Oh, my goodness gracious me. To take a line from Bren. But all right, so Renegades, though, they are going to challenge onto the left side here as Immortals read that one like an open book, and the DPS just shred right through Renegades here. And the support's not long for this world either, as Envy will just get a couple kills there as well. And this is just not looking good for Renegades. That first attack, not only did it go poorly because Jesus died so early, but then right after that, they just get
they got replay of agilities here at the beginning of the game.
No!
Oh, could not have gone worse for Jesus. As now agilities will have Dragon Blade. You'll have a Pulse Bomb here for Immortals.
That is great.
That'll be the Dragon Blade of agilities being called out here. See, he's able to get one. Grim Reality takes out another. Everybody just trying to run away from the Dragon Blade. Is Mangachu taking out Fate? The Pulse Bomb will come out here from Grim Reality. He doesn't connect with anything, but Immortals in clear control of this fight.
Yeah, just look at the way they're pinning down the tanks, right? So you have a giant gorilla just pinned in the corner there by a tiny British time traveler. And surely that just doesn't feel good there. And now it's going to be Immortals who maintain control again. 2 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock here. And I really think that first kill coming through just kind of set the tone, man.
It really has. Immortals now, they'll have both support ultimates. Renegades, you'll have Zachary with Attack Visor. We'll see if they can get him in a good position to do something with that ultimate ability. And then you're looking at Jesus with the Pulse Bomb, taking somebody out early as well. As Sherlocky going to work his way out towards the Transcendence. There's the Transcendence from the side of Immortals, though.
Yeah, Prima Dolce just kind of forced that one out there. Kareev was being forced back, so he wanted to just reposition himself. They're able to eliminate Mangachu, though. The beat has dropped on the side of Immortals, so they invest their support ults into this one to hold it down here.
So it's not bad for Renegades. I mean, you get the support ults out from the side of Immortals. Now you come into this next fight with your Transcendence. You use the Transcendence, you stay alive long enough. Jur most likely gets a sound barrier, and you're going to have Attack Visor and Pulse Bomb here. The scary part here for Renegades is if you don't make this work, your last attempt is going to be pretty poor, providing you use a lot of these ultimates.
Well, let's see what Renegade's approach are going to be as they go right up the gut now. Bren backing away for a second here. He has that Pulse Bomb on the ready. So look for him to connect that here, and he is able to do so. And they do demech. And look at this here. I mean, you already lost your tanks going into this engagement. While you did not invest your support ult into it, though, you don't have a lot of time to play with here, X.
Well, a lot of the time they've been trying to go down this mid-street, Renegades, and they send the tanks up towards the top right. They fall there. There's no follow-up there to help them. This time they both jump up on the top left, and they just get taken out. Nobody from Renegades even makes it around the corner to get towards the point, put some shots down on the members of Immortals. Now you've let Immortals build up enough ultimate economy where now they have their Dragon Blade. They're going to have a Transcendence here very shortly as well.
And also, you just have the confidence if you are Immortals as well, because you're playing really well here. But just as I say that, you're going to have Renegades managing to take out two members there of Immortals as they're going to be sitting on the payload. But Agilities is going to have the Dragon Blade here, and he has gone huge with the Blade in the past, though. But his teammates will be falling, so he will get shut down, and he won't invest the Blade into this one. And it will be the Renegades able to get point A here in overtime.
It was not easy, but Renegades finally unlocks the payload. Now they have to use a lot of their ultimates. Zachary with some nice shots there, taking Kareev out off the spawn. They do hold on to their Transcendence, but now I know moving forward with the game, Kareev will have that Transcendence coming back for Immortals. See the payload contested there for a short time being. So that should be Grim Reality on it there for Immortals. And Verbo going to get closer towards that sound barrier. Agility's holding on to that Dragon Blade as well. And Zachary knows that Grim is just lurking around here towards that backside. So trying to locate the Tracer for Immortals, make sure it doesn't put down a lot of damage on the rest of his team.
You simply just don't want to start up this phase already losing players here. I mean, it's just been such a trying attack for Renegades. As there goes the Diva Bomb there, doesn't get a kill. Immortals, their tanks, kind of taking a bit of a beating there. There goes the Dragon Blade for Agilities, though. Is he able to get a couple kills with that one? And nothing pops up in the kill feed quite yet, though, but at the very least, both teams are still continuing to scramble around the payload.
Yeah, they did get the Transcendence out of the side of Renegades with that Dragon Blade. So now if Immortals wants, they can invest a Sound Barrier here if they deem necessary to stay strong on the defense on the payload.
Sound Barrier is going to come through, and they won't be able to protect Fate there. Sherlocky gets the kill on that, and dueling Sound Barrier, as a matter of fact. You're going to have it on the other side for Renegades, as they now just charge them right through. And they are able to get some kills here. So the question is, will Immortals look to re-engage before they can cap point B, or will they concede? Because look at this pressure that's being applied. You just lost Fate now, so far this is looking pretty solid here as you're able to take that tank out, X.
Yeah, it's just going to be Grim going to contest the cart. He will eventually fall, and now it will be Renegades with about 2 minutes and counting here to complete the map. The only issue for Renegades is you needed to use your own Sound Barrier there. We saw them use the Transcendence earlier against the Dragon Blade. So right now you don't have any support ultimates. You know, with where Jur is in terms of working towards his Sound Barrier, be very, close later game if he does earn it. Sherlocky, making his way towards Transcendence here, but you're going to have to use one of them to withstand that Dragon Blade when it comes in from agility, since he's already up to 92%.
And the supports are taking a pounding there, and Sherlocky and Jur end up falling. The DPS doing a lot of work. Is Jesus looking to even the odds here or just give his team some kind of breathing room, but it is not happening. Immortals, they shut down that push here. And again, they just have a lot to work with. They can continue to hold this one down, and they didn't really put that much into this one here besides just, their own selves.
Well, Renegades, they use their tack visor. They're not able to make a push off of that. Jesus there towards the end tries to connect with a pulse bomb and gets eaten up by Defense Matrix. So you use both of those abilities. Sherlocky does get the Transcendence. Mangachu does have a self-destruct. You're going to get a Primal Rage here. Immortals, though, coming towards the end of this game, they're going to have every ultimate to work with. Immortals in a really good spot to hold on defense.
Grim needs to be careful not to get picked. Will certainly give Renegades an upper hand here as they look to engage. Transcendence comes out. You saw the Primal Rage Winston of Fate really just forcing that out of this one here. Diva Bomb comes through as well. Doesn't get a kill either way, and Grim Reality now finds himself a pick onto Sherlocky. Here comes the Sound Barrier, though, and they're just going to continue to have to invest into this fight, force back Immortals here.
Yeah, Immortals is going to fall back a little bit. They have their own Sound Barrier coming into the next fight, and that's important because Zachary has earned the Dragon Blade. Agility's used his Dragon Blade, didn't pick up any kills with it. Got into the background, caused a little bit of a disruption, but we'll see. Renegades coming down to the final 10 seconds. Here comes the Sound Barrier from Immortals. You're going to see Grim Reality get a big pick off early.
And you go into that fight already losing your Winston, and despite your DPS getting a couple kills there, they will get cleared out. Overtime ticks down, and they should be able to eliminate them from the objective, from the payload. And yes, they will, as Immortals will put a victory on the board there. We're all tied up 1-1 with that 3-2 scoreline.
Yeah, you saw great use of ultimates from Immortals there towards the end. They held on to that Sound Barrier. They really made great effect of it. So Renegades really didn't have a lot to counteract that, as it was also a good first initial defensive stand from Immortals on point A, which really put Renegades behind the 8 ball, right? They didn't have a ton of time to work with for the rest of the map.
They drained so much time there, and a very different situation from what we saw from Immortals, who had more room to play with. I think they had like 2 minutes and 28 seconds left in their time bank, so they were in good shape no matter what. But that is going to do it there. Immortals will be able to tie up this series 1-1. Now, as we make our way over to our next one, I'm hoping to God that we get Hanamura, because we want the holy trinity of defensive compositions to come out. But for now, let's go ahead and send it to a commercial break. Puckett and the boys will break it all down, and we'll see you in just a few.